Hey there guys, this is Slamzeron, aka YouTube's Tasuke, or as you might know me as Ryan Burton, and I've got a special announcement to make that I kinda hinted at a little while ago. As some of you might know if you've been watching the channel for long enough, I'm a writer, a creative writer, and it's basically the driving force for everything that I do and the main reason why I'm even a nerd in the first place. And in a couple of Crooked Man parts slash episodes, whatever you want to call them ago, I hinted that I had a special announcement to make in regards to my writing, and that announcement is that 2 of my poems have actually been published. That's right, I'm a published writer now. I got 2 of my poems published in my university's literary magazine. It's Reinhardt University's literary magazine. We call it Sanctuary. I've actually worked with them before. I was one of the readers. Basically I read the submissions and like critiqued them and was part of who got to choose which works got accepted into the magazine or not. And I had submitted before, but I didn't get anything in. But this time I actually did get something in. So yay! I got 2 of my stuff published, and I figured I should just announce it here, and there'll be a link in the description for those who want to read it. And yeah, so the 2 poems I got published. The first one is a Japanese-themed poem called Ambition's Favor. It's written from the perspective of Nobunaga Oda, and is set during or like maybe even a little bit after the Honnoji incident, which is why I'm showing Nobunaga Oda Samurai Warriors 4 Honnoji incident level footage for this video. And just like I said in the last Crooked Man episode, I did get Samurai Warriors 4 Empires, so I'm going to be playing that soon. But yeah, the poem's in a letter-like format, you could say, in terms of my structure, and it's written from the perspective of Nobunaga, talking about he's addressing Mitsuhide, and I played with sort of like the mystery behind the Honnoji incident. From what I researched on Wikipedia when I was writing this piece, it seems that people don't really know why Mitsuhide Akachi betrayed Nobunaga and burned his house down, to put it simply. Though there are some theories as to why, and I played with that a little bit. There are some hints in there as to what I do with that. It's not the kind of poem that you need to be like really knowledgeable about the subject matter in order to get it. I do make it pretty clear that it's about a betrayal. Oh, something's on fire. There may be swords and guns involved. All that kind of stuff. But to get the full effect, I do think that being knowledgeable about the Honnoji incident does help a little bit, but it's not entirely necessary. The second poem I submitted and published is a poem called Part of Me. It's another letter format kind of structure about a father who regrets not being there for his son. It's not built from like any personal experience. I just let's write about that. Like I just kind of made it up. But yeah, pretty typical plot piece, but the main purpose of this piece was to demonstrate that I could write in this letter format poetry without it being an Asian themed poem, because I had actually done 2 other Japanese in particular themed letter format poems, but I wanted to see okay, well, let's try something a little different, and it seemed to have worked out. In my opinion, they're probably 2 of my best poems, and I feel like the imagery is strong in both of them. I think Ambition's Favor has more has a bit stronger images, whereas Part of Me's they're very direct images, where I feel like Ambition's Favor's images are a bit more, it's not just specifically one image, you can kind of look at it in like a different way, whereas Part of Me is a very this is what it looks like kind of thing, or I guess you can read for yourself. I believe they're both gonna be 2 pages each, so I get 4 pages worth of content. But yeah, and like I said, there will be a link in the description to the Amazon link. Yes, you do have to buy it. No, I'm not getting paid for this, and no, this isn't like any promotional video or anything. I wasn't asked to do this. I just did it because I wanted to, because I want to share my work, and As a writer, I've been trying to get stuff published for a long time. I actually submitted a short story to another literary magazine, and so hopefully there'll be some updates there. But for those of you who are interested, there will be a link in the description. It's $20. I mean, it says $19.99, but that's basically $20. And with shipping, it'll probably be like $25 maybe. Though there is a Kindle version, and I believe it's if you get it between March 21st and March 26th, it'll be free. And I checked, and there is a Kindle app for the iPhone, so you don't have to have a Kindle to get the free version. If you want to just read it on your iPhone or your iPad, or I assume there's also an Android one. I think there's one for the computer as well. I don't know. But yeah, basically you don't have to have a Kindle in order to read it. But if you'd like the physical version, then you can get the physical version. From what I've been told, all of the sales and like the royalties are going to go straight to like the school, because they want to try to make this literary magazine called Reinhardt Sanctuary. Like I said, in case you guys forget, which you're not going to because you're listening to me. They want to try to do it on a yearly basis, because between when I worked on it and tried to submit something and now, it was like a 2 or 3 year gap from what I remember. I think it was like in 2013 or so, the winter semester, so like in the beginning of, or spring semester technically. So like it was about like near the beginning of 2013 where I took it was structured like a class, but what we were really doing was working on the literary magazine, and it was done the same way here as well. And I actually know some of the writers who also got published in this one as well, so congratulations to everyone else. If any of you guys happen to be watching this video, we actually have some professional writers who submitted pieces to this magazine as well. I think only 2 writers, so I think probably 1 piece each. I don't know what the ratio of short stories and poetry is, and personally I'm more of a prose kind of guy. I mainly just submitted to it because I wanted to submit something, and I asked the professor who's kind of running the whole thing, like, okay, what should I like, what sort of length talking about? And so like, oh well, we only have like a certain amount, so like if you're talking poems, maybe like 2 poems, because I didn't want to do any of my short stories because 1, I'm still working on them, and 2, the one that I've been trying to get published is currently 31 pages, so it's like, is it a short story or is it a novelette? Yeah, and yes, I am still working on the samurai story. That one being a big project like a novel, that's going to take a little while. I'm only at like the 60-ish page mark with that one. I have like the first arc-ish kind of done, but that's a project that I'm going to continue to work on as time goes on. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say. Like, if any of you guys buy it, thanks for checking out my work, and I'm glad to finally be able to say I'm a published author now, or published writer. Yeah, author too. I guess technically because I'm the one who penned the poems. But yeah, thanks in advance to anyone who checks them out. Whether you get the physical version or the Kindle version, I don't give a fuck. I just want people to be able to read my stuff, and I hope you enjoy them. Alright, later guys.